Hey guys, this is your lesson for Tuesday, April 28th. We are done with chapter 9 in geometry, so I am going to post a quiz for you on Thursday. So this is going to work as your quiz review. So what you should do right now is take a few minutes and go do the quiz review that I posted for you, and then come back here and look at the answers. So if you get stuck on one, come here, zip to that question, look at how I did it. And then at the end, go through, check all your answers, and any ones that you got wrong, you should watch the review for. Go through those questions, go through the video. You don't have to watch the whole video, just watch whatever you got wrong. And then I will post the quiz for you on Thursday. Some of this is from before we left school, so some of it's digging back in your brain pretty far, so those ones you might need to go in and watch the video for. Don't just go through here and copy all the answers, because that's not going to help you at all in the quiz. All right, finding perimeter. Remember that perimeter means length around. Okay, so we're talking about the length around this. Okay, so for this one we would want to do 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7. You add all those up and it would give you 40. All that you're doing for these is adding around. So for this one here, you would do 8 plus 12 plus 14 plus 4 plus 6. You add those all up and it gives you 44. Number 3, add around, you will get 59. Number 4, add those numbers all around, you will get 45. The biggest trick here, guys, is you have to make sure that you don't miss any numbers. Just add carefully. Number 5, 59. And number 6, 100. All right, number 7. This time you have to use formulas. Formulas are going to be worth half the points on the quiz, so make sure that you use them. So perimeter, instead of just doing 43 plus 43 plus 43 plus 43, there are 4 43s, so I want to do 43 times 4. That's the formula that I'm looking for there. So your perimeter there would be 172. So you're going to need both those items to get full points. So for number 8, it would be 11 times 3, and the perimeter would be 33. For number 9, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So the formula would be 18 times 6, which would equal 108. We have 4 sides on 19. Nope, sorry, that's number 10. 4 sides on 10, so it would be P equals 27 times 4. So the perimeter of that one is 108. Number 11, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides on that, so the perimeter will equal 5 times 69, which equals 345. And number 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides, so the perimeter would equal 32 times 7, and that would be 224. And remember, you need both the formula and the answer to get the points on those ones. Okay, for the next sections, I'm going to do it in little chunks. Otherwise, with the stylus, there's no way I'm going to be able to show you my work down below. So number 13, we're using the Pythagorean theorem. Remember, that's a squared plus b squared plus c squared or equals c squared. And we're also finding the perimeter, so adding around. So for number 13, we can find the perimeter really easily because we already know the two sides. We know 51 and 34. So for the perimeter, we would do 51 plus 51 plus 34 plus 34. And for that one, we would get 170. Now to find the missing side, this right here, we're going to do the Pythagorean theorem. 51 squared plus 34 squared equals, we'll call this c squared. just because that's what the Pythagorean theorem calls it. 51 squared plus 34 squared equals 3,757. We need to take the square root of that because obviously that doesn't equal 3,757 if the other sides are 51 and 34. So when we take the square root of that, we will get that C equals 61.29, which makes a lot more sense. So the X is 61.29. And the next one here, we have two X's that we're finding. So we're going to make two right triangles. First, we have to figure out these bottom lengths here. So the full length is 16, the top is 13, so 16 minus 13 is 3. We have two separate lengths that we're trying to find, so we divide that by 2, which makes the bottom portion 2. So what we end up with is a triangle with makes the bottom portion 1.5, because 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. So if the bottom is 1.5 and the top or the side is this 4, then we can do 1.5 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. Remember our x's and c's, those are kind of interchangeable there. So 1.5 squared plus 4 squared equals 18.25. We take the square root of that and we get that c equals 4.27. So that's this number right here. Now, once we know that those are each 4.27, then we can add for the perimeter 4.27 plus 4.27 plus 13 plus 16. So you're adding up these numbers and you get a perimeter that equals 37.54. So the P equals 37.54. Last one, number 15. We don't know that x, or sometimes we call that c, doesn't matter. Bring that 12 over. We need to figure out what this distance is here. 27 minus 22 is 5. So then we're set up with this right triangle here. The side is 12, the bottom is 5. So we'll do 5 squared plus 12 squared equals c squared. 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 169. That's what c squared equals. We take the square root of that, and we get that c equals 13. So this length right here is 13. I don't care if you call it x or c, doesn't matter. Then you add this 13, the 27, the 12, and the 22 to find the perimeter, and the perimeter will be 74. Okay, questions 16 through 18. For 16, you have this double x's again. So you need to do 59 minus 43, which gives you 16. 16 divided by these two sections here gives you 8. So the bottom is 8, this bottom is 8. So then we end up with this pretty little triangle with a side of 30 and a bottom of 8. And we're going to do 30 squared plus 8 squared equals c squared. 30 squared plus 8 squared is 964. Take the square root of that and you get 31.04. Which means that this is 31.04 and that's 31.04. You add everything that's circled together to get a perimeter. Perimeter is 164.08. This one, number 17, we can find the perimeter already because we know that it's a rectangle, so both sides are 48 and the other two sides are 20. So 20 plus 48 plus 48 gives me a perimeter of 136. I forgot to add this one in up here. Now to find this here, we're going to do 48 squared plus 20 squared equals c squared. 48 squared plus 20 squared equals 2,704. Got to take the square root of that, and then you get that the x is 52, or your C. Last one. Okay, this last one here, we have this pretty little triangle over here. We don't know what this is. We can bring that 10 over. 54 is the total length of the bottom. 30 is the total length of the top, which means that this section here is 54 minus 30, which is 24. So we've got a triangle with 24 here and 10 here. So we're going to do 10 squared plus 24 squared equals C squared. 10 squared plus 24 squared equals 676. Take the square root of that, and your C equals 26. So this here is 26. Once you find that, add that 26 plus your 30 plus your 54 plus your 10 to find the perimeter of 120. Okay, questions 19 through 24 are all about area of a square, rectangle, or parallelogram. The formula for area on those are all the same. It is area equals base times height, or people say length times width. Any of those work. Okay, so for 19, base 7, height 7, 7 times 7 is area is 49. 20, base is 11, height is 6, 6 times 11 is 66. 21, your base is 22, your height is 14. If they were to put a number, don't let it get you confused. Height is not measured at a diagonal, okay? So 14 times 22 is 308. Base 13, height 13, 13 times 13 means the area is 169. Base on 23 is 45, the height is 62, 45 times 62 is 2,790. Base on 24 is 11, your height is 8, 8 times 11 is 88. Those ones should be pretty straightforward. You're just multiplying the two numbers that you have, the base and the height.